Gabby.
Hi, Gary V and Simon. I hope all is well. Question that I have for y'all is, can somebody's personal why on why they work for a business vary from the business's why? Or is that just never good? Thanks a lot. Keep climbing.
So if it's your business, the business's why and your why are exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but he's asking if he works for an
If he works for a
organization,
separate
he
company.
knows the organization's why. I mean, a lot of the people
He
here,
knows the
right?
organization's why
A lot of
and
them
his
know
why.
Vayner's why,
Sure.
but they may have separate whys within it. Can they coexist? Can
Sure.
an employee's why and an org's
Sure.
why coexist and everybody wins?
Sure. The simple answer is yes, if they go together. Everybody has their own unique why, and the organization has its own unique why.
Yes.
And if they are
You mean go
compatible-
together in a peanut butter and jelly
Yeah,
kind of
if they're
metaphor? Okay.
compatible, then you will look to the people who have joined the company and say, you're a good fit, you belong here, and they will see themselves as a good fit, and each one is mutually beneficial. In other words, it's like any relationship. You know, you and your wife have different whys, but they're compatible. You see her as helping you grow, and she sees you as helping her grow, etc. It's the exact same thing.
Which is why.
And sometimes it is incompatible.
Which is why divorce rates are very high.
Well, I don't know. It's sometimes incompatible. That's a decision-making problem.
Okay.
But
But it's also an evolution problem, right? Like, if you think about it, one's whys can be really aligned with the organizations today, and 5 years from now, they may not.
No, absolutely not. Not if both
One more time, you're saying no to that?
No to that.
So you're saying that there's a
Here, let me tell you why.
No,
Let me
hold
tell
on.
you why.
Before you do, I want to give you more framework
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm fascinated by
Okay.
your decision to say that. You're saying that things are frozen, and that one's context of how the world, for example, that it's so frozen, both
Yeah.
North Stars, that one who's an employee who's rolling quite along and has a
Sure.
why, but then child dies from cancer along
Yeah.
the way, isn't reframed into the context of where maybe it's not aligned anymore.
No. The word, I wouldn't use frozen.
Okay.
You're saying that there can be no growth when you use the word frozen.
Okay.
Your why is fully formed by the time you're in your probably late teens. And the rest of your life is simply an opportunity to live in balance with your why or not, so the decisions you make. And so whether somebody's living, that's why I said before, which is as long as both organization and person are working hard to remain in consistent with their cause, then it works fine. Now, the example you give of someone's child dying,
Yes.
you know, tragedy doesn't form or change your why. Tragedy usually gives us an opportunity to live our why because it makes everything else in the world seem stupid.
Yes.
You know, and that forces us to say there's something bigger and more important here. Very often, tragedy pushes us into why, not the other way around, not pushes us away from it.
I totally agree with you. I think the most extreme things that happen in people's lives actually just accentuates the reality.
It
of what's
exaggerates
going
of who you really
100%.
are. You know, the test of someone is not when everything's going great; it's when everything goes wrong. That's
Yeah.
where your true colors show.
Or similar to that, but a slightly different version for everybody. I'm fascinated by people's wealth and fame, really not changing them at all, just finally exposing who they actually are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's not a tragedy.
and that's a
usually
hard
in
thing.
theory a good thing.
That's
but,
a hard thing.
But it's a real thing.
Absolutely.
All right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine if they're different,
Okay.
and as long as they're compatible. And this is why you want to know your why, and this is why you want to find out the company's why, because otherwise you're going to make decisions based on money and benefits, and then there's nothing.
100%.
It's like making a decision about who to marry based on the bank account.
I don't want to sidetrack the show, but it's funny, I'm sitting here, it's why I'm so confident in what I'm building at VaynerMedia, because the platform is being built to be in their benefit, to reverse engineer what they want based on their DNA, whether that is enormous ambition, which is then this is a platform for them to create that, or within a very close ecosystem to me, or quite passive and very nice work life. I have actual zero emotion one way or the other of what they actually want. I just want to build a framework and a platform that gives them those options, and I think that's the great mistake that most businesses make.
And isn't that what you preach in your work as well?
100%.
So it's
Yeah, I have no interest in.
So the why is clear internally and externally.
100%.
I love that.
Which is, because to me otherwise everything crumbles in its hypocrisy if you don't do that.
Amen.